Hey guys, what's up? Sour Power 888 here, and today I'm going to show you how to download the World T20 finalists jerseys. So the finalists are, of course, New Zealand and Australia. After New Zealand beat England in a thriller, and after Australia beat Pakistan in a thriller, they both will face each other in the World T20 finals, and we will see a new winner this time, so I'm excited for that. And I'm supporting New Zealand, of course, for Kane Williamson. But yeah, let's just go into downloading both of the teams. So what you want to do is go to Cricket Academy, and then go to Community, then go to Teams, and then go to Username Contains. I did not make these teams, so I'll tell you the username for that. So type in Sammy 922008. So I already downloaded teams from this person, so I won't have to type it. My PlayStation already remembers it. But for you type it in, and then for the team name contains, you would go ahead and type in New Zealand. I don't need to type in the whole thing because it obviously says contains, so new and Z will be enough. Alright, so now we have 3 teams here, right? So let's go ahead and just click on the first one just to check it out, because we don't know which one of those will have the uniform. So go to the uniforms and then just check them out. Obviously, it doesn't have the jersey. This doesn't have the jersey either. Roster. Let's go to uniforms, my bad. Yeah. This one has the jersey. Let's go to the roster. Trent Bolt, Jimmy Neesham, Kane Williamson. Ah, shoot. Kane Williamson does not look like that. Everyone else is fine except for Williamson, I guess. Yeah, just look. Alright, everyone's alright. I mean, Williamson is the standout. He's like looking terrible. Like, yeah. Williamson does not look like that at all. So there's a way to solve that problem. I will tell you how. So first, we know this one is the one that has the World T20 jersey, right? So then you just download this one, download with logos, and then what you're gonna do is it says you already have a base version. Yeah, I already downloaded New Zealand before, but I don't want it to replace it. So what I'm gonna do is say save new as a custom player, because I'm gonna later add Kane Williamson for my other team there. You already have a local version of this logo. Would you like to replace it? No. So you saw how Kane Williamson wasn't, looking right. If you see that any other players isn't, looking accurate, and if you want to change it, what you do is you then find the team that has. You don't have to find a team with the right jersey, of course. You can just find the team that has the right players. Like if there's a few players from this, like for now we have Williamson, right? So what you would do is download another team that has a good looking version of Williamson. So you saw how there were 3 New Zealand teams listed, right? So what you would do is download one of those other 2, and then you would add the player from one of those 2 into this team. So I'll show you. So you see this, right? You see how in the roster, Jimmy Neesham, Williamson. Yeah, Williamson looks better here. So you would download this and then do what I did earlier, and you don't replace any of the players. You download it as a custom, as a new thing. I already have a different New Zealand team, so I don't need to do that. But you would do that, and then you would go to creators, and then team creators, manage mail teams, and then you would go to custom, because this is a custom team. Then go to New Zealand, and then go to lineups, or not lineups, go to manage squad, and you see Williamson there. And then, assuming that you've downloaded the other team that has your, the players that look like they're supposed to, After you've done that, then you do what I'm doing now. So then you go here and then hit options and then hit add player, and then you look for, you hit surname contains, and then in our case we have Williamson who does not look like he's supposed to, so you type in Williamson. If you were downloading, let's just say you were downloading India and Virat Kohli, you just didn't like the way he looked in that team, and you had a different team and he looked better than that one, you would then change. You would just do what I did here and type Virat Kohli and then add him in. But it's Williamson now, so we click Williamson, and I have different versions of Williamson because I downloaded him from different teams. I like this version better, so I will hit that, and he'll be on my team. And we don't want two Williamsons, right? So then you take this Williamson out by clicking options and remove player, and then you simply have Williamson in your team. And you're good. And so when you go to New Zealand, you see that you've got the squad, right? So now if you want to download Australia, you do the same thing. You go to teams, and except it's not going to be the same username this time. It's going to be Curry Beta, and then team name would be Australia, so I don't need to type in the whole thing. AUS would be enough, and then we begin the search, and then we find that we have Australia. And then you go to uniforms just to check it out, and they have home and away. Perfect. Then you download it. And with the roster, of course, they don't have the complete roster. That's why there's 0 for bat, ball, and field. They don't have the amount of players required for a squad. This is just for the jersey they did this. So I'm assuming they're trying to just make us transfer the jersey over to the right team. So I'll tell you how to do that. It's kind of similar to what we did earlier with the player swapping, except now we just swap the jersey over. So what you want to do is either download another Australian team, because usually the faces are going to look perfect, because like Australia and England were made with the game, like they were licensed, so you'll have no issues. So you just download one of those just download one from the academy, because you can't edit the version, the Australian team that was given to you with the game, like those you can't change that version of the team. So you gotta download another Australian thing, but first download this just for the jersey. Save new as custom player. Yeah, go ahead. No, I don't want to replace anything, and then you'll just wait until it downloads. And then once it's done, you then go to creators and go to team creator, manage mail teams, and then I already have an Australian team, like other than the thing I already downloaded one. So then I go to go to uniforms, and then I go to copy uniform from other, go to custom, and then go to the Australian World T20 kits, and then click on that one. And then you click on copy uniform from another, and then you go to custom, go here, get the other one. Now, if you don't see copy from another or anything, that's probably because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can only have 8 jerseys. You delete 2 of the jerseys that you don't need. I already did that earlier. And then you can add your jerseys in, or if it already says you can add them in, that means you don't have all the jerseys filled up, all the slots filled up. So then you add those 2 in, and then you're set. And then one last thing you want to make sure you do is go to New Zealand, identity, and then make sure this isn't filled in. Don't fill in shirt name, because it'll say some weird ugly thing on your shirt. Whatever you type in will be on your shirt, so that's bad. Don't fill that in. Then you go here and make sure everything's good. You want to make sure the abbreviated name is New Zealand. This is New Zealand White, and then this says New Zealand, and that says New Zealand. And you want to do the same thing with your Australian team. Make sure these are all perfect. And then sometimes you might not have these set up perfectly, the primary, secondary, and HUD text color. So you'd want to go to the actual Australian team. And the way you know if it's the actual Australian team or not is you go to uniforms, and then you see how there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And you have like 8 slots, yeah. And it doesn't say you can copy it or change anything, right? So that's how you know this is the original thing. You can't edit the originally added team. So then you would go to identity and you just look at all the features they added here. And you see how it says primary, secondary, HUD. So you just make sure you copy those onto yours. And then we can go to home and then hit play now. And then we can just test it out and see that everything's fine. So you then go to, for me, it was in no league, so I go to New Zealand, and international, it was Australia for me. So I go here. And just to make sure you can look, that's the right one. This is the wrong one. This is the wrong Australian side. Because I have two of them, I got confused. Yeah. And just heads up, FYI, this is the Australian jersey they're going to be wearing. They're not going to be wearing this one. Well, this is just my guess based on the warm-up games. New Zealand and Australia played a warm-up game before the actual World Cup proper started. The Super 12 before that started. And New Zealand was wearing that jersey and Australia was wearing this jersey. So that's why I assume it'll be the same for the World Cup finals. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you download the teams for the World Cup final. Alright, guys. See ya.